Caesar was a Presbyterian minister who told a small-town drama he once observed in a restaurant. The players were a waitress, a father, a mother, and a little boy about 6 years old. The waitress was taking their order. First, the mother, she wanted roast beef, broccoli, and a green salad. Then the father ordered the same thing. Finally, she turned to the little boy, and he started in a frantic desperation, "I want a hot dog." The father and mother barked in unison, "No hot dog." And the mother proceeded to order for the child. But the waitress was not even listening. She waited till the mother had finished and then said to the boy, "What do you want on your hot dog?" "Mustard, lots of mustard," he said. She said, "Coming up," and walked away, leaving the parents in a stunned silence, and the boy in wide-eyed amazement. You know what he said? "She thinks I'm real." I don't know where that belongs in the books on child rearing, but I do know where it belongs in biblical religion, right smack dab in the middle. I do know the Bible tells us that God, who believes we are real. He hasn't placed us in a world where we can order hot dogs, whether they're good for us or not. And if we order them, we can also get them. That is one meaning of the creation story in the book of Genesis today. Adam and Eve were given free access to every tree in the garden except one. And it was declared off limits. It was out of bounds. They were specifically instructed not to touch or eat the fruit of that one tree. And not only that, they were also warned that any violation of this prohibition would bring the death penalty. But the strange thing is that this forbidden fruit was so readily available. The tree was located right in the middle of the garden. Adam and Eve must have walked past it every day. There was no fence around it. There were no barriers blocking their access. The issue was entirely in their hands. They had to decide for themselves what to do. They could eat or not eat. They could obey or disobey. It was up to them, and of course we all know the outcome of that option. The meaning of this quaint story is that we human beings are endowed with the power of choice. And that is both a pain and a blessing. It is a burden in some sense that we have to, whether we want to or not. Adam and Eve did not plant the tree. God did. And they certainly did not make the rule concerning this fruit. God did that too. And it had the effect of complicating their lives. They were forced to choose. Every day the same option rose up before them, to eat or not to eat. That is the question. They must have thought at times how much simpler life would have been without that tree. But there it stood, right in the middle of the garden, and they could not get rid of it. The same is true for you and me. Choice is woven into the fabric of our existence, and we deal with it every day. Some of our options are simple and immaterial. For example, we go to the checkout line at the supermarket. The clerk asks, paper or plastic? In the great scheme of things, it really does not matter whether we take our groceries home in paper or plastic bags, but we still have to choose. Other options, however, are laden with consequence. To lie or to tell the truth. To use drugs or to stay sober. To cheat on your spouse or to be faithful. To forgive or hold a grudge. To keep trying or to give up. How we answer those questions matters very much. The results may affect our lives and the lives of those who love us for years to come. But the tough part is that we have to choose. No one, not even God, can do that for us. There is no doubt about it. Choice is a burden. Making decisions is one of the most difficult things any of us ever has to do. How much easier life would be if that tree were not in the garden, but is there, and we cannot get rid of it. On the other hand, the power to choose is a blessing. We can see this difficulty, but when properly used, the possibilities of life flourish like flowers in the spring. The right choice can put us on a path to an honorable and useful life. The best example of this is Jesus. While Jesus was God incarnate, divine, he was also fully human. He had to choose like we do. His life was a result of hard choices that he made all along the way. And they were not any easier for him than they are for us. The Gospel of Matthew tells us of his struggles in the wilderness. He was dreading to decide how to use his power. The possibilities were many. He could have dedicated himself to meeting of the people's physical and material needs, but full stomachs will not compensate for empty hearts. He could have dazzled the people with miraculous deeds, but glitter and glamour do not change anything or anybody. He could have given himself to building an earthly kingdom. People would have flocked to him in hordes and gone to battle at his bidding. But earthly kingdoms do not last. In a few years or a few centuries at best, they are gone. Finally, he chose the way of the suffering servant. He would help. He would heal. He would wash dirty feet. He would cleanse dirty lives. And in the end, he would die. What an incredible, difficult decision that must have been. But he made it. And today, 20 centuries later, we are gathered here to call him Lord. He accepted his power of choice as a blessing and used it to bless the world. What will we do with ours? As far as we know, God did not give his power to any of his other creatures. The dog is a dog. And that is the end of the story. He can be taught a few tricks. Some dogs can be trained to do useful work, but all that a dog can ever be is in his genetic makeup. He is born in it. Professor William Hocking of Harvard said, of all animals, it is people whom heredity counts for least. Other creatures nature can largely finish, but the human creature must finish himself. In the course of every day we are building ourselves. We choose the bits and pieces that make up our lives. It's hard to do. Choice is a burden. But rightly understood and properly used, it is one of our greatest blessings.